But how is it related to logs?
Oh, it's not.
Uh,
That was just sleep thinking.
okay, fair enough. Hold on, just one sec. Okay, so just to recap, what I want to do is recreate a logging tool that I've written in Python, and you've got like an ADB device, which is Android, or you could have something else, and Rust. So Rust is going to um, asynchronously get every line from a logger.
Hmm.
Let's just deal with one. So don't worry about the other form, but I wanted to make it able to switch what type of logging that I want. So each each logging will have a particular format, which I'm just going to use regex to get the line in the correct parts. So a log line could have like a log level, message, um, yeah, and some other stuff, which you can see the format here. So it's got like time, it's got date, it's got process ID, log level, a prefix, and the message, which, you know, we're going to do something with. And what I want to actually do with that parsed message and all that information is have a terminal user interface that's not just like, you know, the console, but rather like some terminal user interface that you can interact with such that you can set like settings. And so you should be able to see like each line from my specially parsed log in a nice way. And then some like settings here so you can like change it dynamically. Um, so what we were doing was setting up just this part, which was parsing the actual um, logs from ADB. So what do we get up to? Let's just run it, I guess. See what we get. Yeah, so what I was doing here is I was using process to command spawn ADB logcat, which is the command used to get each line, right? Um, so like that. And I was using the standard out from that process to write it into a buffer, convert it to a string. Well, it is a string. And using regex to actually pattern match against like the correct line, because not all of the lines will be like this. And when it's not, we can just throw it away, I guess. But if it is, let's get the parts. And when I run this, you can see that it actually goes through one line. And one line is actually it's actually more than one line. It's of buffer size 1024. So
Mm.
it's actually multiple lines that I'm splitting on. So that's why you can see it's retrieved like 11 parts that I guess have been split by new lines. Um, Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is start to restructure this. I'm gonna create a logging module, and that logging module um, will contain all my logging strategies. So let's give one like ADB, logging strategy. And if we like close, yeah, close that, and we have a look at this, we'll just have it on the side. I'm gonna like put it in a structure, an ADB structure. And the reason why I want to do that is because maybe there's a different, um, yeah, different logging strategy. So maybe what I want is like something like a trait, right? Which is like a parser. And that parser will have like a next method, which I'm going to make async. And that's going to get the next line and return it extracted with the correct stuff. Um, so that async method is kind of like going to be like an iterated trait, so that I can just call next and then get the next thing.
Is this gonna replace the existing reading?
Yeah, I might integrate that into here, into like the strategy when it like parses a line.
Mm.
It will be integrating into this function, maybe. I'm not sure. But I did read about something that was quite interesting, and that is that there is an async library for I/O that Tokyo actually supplies. And why I want to use that is because I want my thing to be asynchronous, right? I think I've got it in async. No, I don't. Okay. Can this be async? Well, how do we do async?
We write async on it.
We have to include Tokyo.
Wait, what's the thing you want to be async?
My entire application.
I'm not sure you can put async on entire application, but no, like which function,
Um,
which component is the async bit?
so there's the async part, which is the grabbing of the log. You could call it like this. Like if I subdivide this, it's two. There's like,
So that at the moment I would say is synchronous.
correct. That's why I'm
It's
going to
a,
look at the asynchronous
yeah.
Tokyo. And then this is going to be running in the main thread. And this is going to, oh, there's another part to this, which is like IO. And that's that monkey patch thing that I was showing you. So like while this is running, we want another thing, which is just the IO for like all the keyboard presses, stuff like that. So different IO. This is like input IO. And this is like log IO. And this is the running application. So there's like three parts to this. And so I think just by having this wrapped in an async, I could use Tokyo to spawn like an IO sort of loop that's happening, and and that can be for every single press or whatever. I'm going to use like NPSC to actually send that to the app, but also my log is going to do the same thing, right? It's going to continuously be reading each line from ADB logcat, and that would be separate. The question is whether process command can handle this in an asynchronous fashion, whether it will be blocking or something like that. I'm not 100% sure at this point. So let's just do that first. Make sure I can run this. I got something, and something less than what I had before, which was interesting. But that could be because it's, yeah, okay. It's to do with like what the current line was. I'm only printing one because last time I was just limiting one to a max count of one. All right, so if you look at the crux here, what I want is something like an async read from standard out, if that is achievable, and it has to come from the processes stood out. Um, what was that article called? Buggy Patch. Oops. Yeah, so this is the actual code that tutorial which I read related to the IO and TUI framework, but not necessarily the async reading stuff that I just mentioned.
Yeah.
Um,
So that'd be more useful with the input I.
Correct, yes.
Yeah,
So
you want to find an async, or you might have to create an async thing for reading from standard out,
yeah,
maybe with the thread.
so I could have. Oh, the question is, can you have async traits? I don't think you can.
What does that mean?
Uh, a trait function declaration that is actually async. Um,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's no
no,
difference between an async function and a function that returns a feature.
no. The answer is no. I'll show you. All right. So let's say I have a trait. What am I doing? No semicolon. And I need FN. Right. Functions and traits cannot be declared async. Async trait functions are not currently supported. Consider using this thing. So you need to
Oh,
include a
I thought it was the same as returning a feature.
but in the official Rust, it's not supported. So they don't support that in their grammar yet.
Does it
And
mean they're different, or does it just mean the grammar is
the grammar's not supplying it yet. You have to use
okay?
this thing.
So yeah, that's kind of like that feels pretty minor.
Yeah.
Just return a feature.
Um, but
Oh wait, that means you. Does that mean you can't call await in it?
yes, you have to call poll
Hmm.
next to something, which is different.
uh,
Yeah.
well, that's a problem.
But if you look at this, I tried it before. Like you can just add this guy and then this macro, and it just wraps it in the
Yeah,
correct way. So I should be able to do this and then wrap this guy. Oops.
I'm surprised it's like different in traits. I would have thought the part where like it's um it's the same as a function that returns a future would mean that it would be immune to trait specifics. It's like orthogonal.
Say that again, sorry.
I thought the part where async function is the same as a function that returns a future
Hmm.
would mean that in traits it like makes no difference. You just use the same process
Right.
to convert. Because I imagine under the hood is taking async and turning it into a function that returns a
A
future
future, yeah.
and just doing the manipulation on the await parts.
Maybe.
to make it work.
Maybe it's just that syntactic sugar, yeah. So why can't I do this? Expected a block. Is there something wrong with this? Am I writing this wrong? What if I get rid of this cell? Okay, I don't understand what was wrong with my other one. I have pub.
Where's the error?
Expected a block. What?
You need a semicolon, maybe?
Oh! Okay. Oops. Yeah. So now I can do impl dog with async fn do something. Oh yeah, and then I need to put it on this guy. On this? Or on this? Where was it?
It's weird how it said expected block when it also expected semicolon.
I know. Some shit. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So I can have async traits, which I want for my parser type, which will be some parser, like an ADB parser. Okay, so let's just start writing parse ADB. So I want to use this trait, right? Logging. Why is this not showing me logging?
It's so weird that the image quality is so much better on the tablet than it is on computer. Maybe because it's the Android app versus the web app.
Maybe. Could be software. You said your monitors like really shit, right?
No, it's like the image quality, like the encoding quality is worse on desktop.
Right.
It's more blocky, whereas on tablet everything's much more like fewer artifacts and stuff around letters.
Right. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of a hacky iterator implementation without actually implementing iterator. I just want to say, like, this is going to return an option of some ADB parts, where the parts is going to be like how I've parsed the line, right?
Mm.
So the other thing we want is like all that good stuff that I had in main for like processing the regex stuff. So that's going to be the strategy, right? So um, so yeah, you can see how I do this. It's just like a regex of this sort of stuff.
Does Rust support the R syntax for strings?
Yeah, raw strings. Yeah,
Is it raw strings or regex?
raw. It means that it
Okay.
escapes. So I'm gonna have something like, and this guy is gonna contain like the things that I want from the log line, and the log line is like this guy, right? So if we had to decompose this, oops, we want like a date, time, process ID, log level, prefix, message. So let's just like get those. Don't worry about the process, doesn't matter. And then this struct can have a method on it, maybe, or I could have a trait that's actually the thing that will generate this thing, right? So it's generic. All you need to do is implement something that returns like some sort of parts type. So like it's like it's really the parser, I guess, like the strategy. So like I'm thinking, if I want to switch out ADB with some other thing, it's going to have a different strategy. It might return some different parts. And so what I really want is like a trait that will extract those parts for each line. So like a line parts type trait thing. And I'll have like a function that actually gets those parts from a specific line, which will be a string. And then it can return an associated type, which is the type related to that specific strategy. So like in this case, it's A to B type.
Mm-hmm.
So if we implement this guy, we would implement it on some thing, and we can implement it on this ADB guy. So we can just say like impl line parts for ADB, and then we fn parts, which is going to self and line string, and it's going to return the associated type, right? Which is in this case ADB parts. Option ADB parts, because maybe it doesn't. So this is assuming that we've already gotten a line from ADB using the process command thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And once we have that, yeah, we can do our regex type stuff, I guess, here. So if I look at how I do that, get rid of this documentation thing. So I have this regex, which are like different things that I'm grouping by, and I want to register that at some point. So maybe the line part has to, you can't associate fields to a trait, right? It has to be part of a struct.
Fields?
Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
traits
so,
don't have fields, only
yeah.
structs.
So I need another struct, I guess, for like the strategy to get the line, to get the, oh, like I could put it all in here, the parts, but yeah, let's just do that for now since it's probably easier. So we have our pattern, and then we create a new thing. But we only really want to do this once. Like, we don't want to keep doing this for every line. So that's why I'm thinking the new, yeah, like, should we fn new and then return self, and then this guy is registering it here, or should it be a separate struct that's related to the strategy? Because it could be a different strategy. Like, it doesn't need to be regex. It could be something else.
Mm.
And I kind of like it being isolated from this struct. Like, it's really like a strategy type thing. So maybe I need another trait. like this guy's going to call the strategy. So how do I associate? Or maybe I need to do this type thing, strategy type. And a strategy type is going to be like so like I could have like a type that's dedicated for regex. So I could call it like a ADB regex strategy, which contains the regex that I'm constructing here, I guess. So
Mm-hmm.
if I put it here, regex, oh, is that already taken? Yeah. RE pattern, I guess. Regex. And then this strategy, so this strategy will have like a method on it that actually does the extracting out and returns this thing. Okay, this is getting kind of complicated, but I kind of want the associated type to be on the strategy rather than the line part. Or maybe I can just duplicate it. Strategy. Line strategy. I don't know, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Does this all make sense?
Let's just see where it goes.
Alright. Yeah, sorry, I'm kind of like free flowing.
I'm waiting for it to all
Come together.
either coalesce or collapse.
Yeah,
We'll see which
exactly.
one when
So,
it comes to compiling.
yeah, when it
Compile
comes to compiling, we'll
force
see all of this.
force something to happen. Yeah.
Alright, so what do I call it? Like line strategy or something? And so this line strategy is the thing that this ADB regex strategy is going to implement, and it has the associated type. So I go like type ADB parts, I think. No. You say this name, right? Is that right?
I think so.
And then
Are you finished with the code?
kinda. I still
Still,
can't taste anything.
yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
Is that the only thing left over?
Still cough a bit, but not really. It's not that bad.
Hmm.
Yeah. Do you have COVID?
I got a flu shot on Monday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not sure if this should be a slice. Like, the lifetime of it will come from main, or come from ADB, or, yeah, like whoever you define your strategy, it's going to be associated to the line parts. So this guy has to have a strategy type. And then how do you instantiate this stuff? Well, if oh sorry, not there. Line parts. How do you
You
how do
just have to make an ADB. Like you just create a struct, right?
yeah, right? So I just we'll get to it, I guess. Yeah, like this is an associated type, right? But what if I want to change this dynamically at runtime? That's
You
my
can't do
question.
that
I
with
can't do that.
associated types.
So that doesn't work.
If you want runtime dynamism, you need dyne.
Dyne, yeah. So
Not
maybe I
free.
want that instead of associated type here. I want my But then you can't define it in the trait because you can't have a associated field. You have to have it on the method.
Hmm?
You have to have it on the method, not the. So I have to do it here, like strategy, dyn, trait. Or can I just do impl line strategy?
Right, I see. Yeah, yeah.
Or I call it part strategy.
Impul's not runtime.
I know. So that's good though.
I mean, then you may as well use the associated type.
No, 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 but I can have multiple strategies because I just give it a constructed ADB regex strategy, or I can give it a ADB X strategy. I define that not at runtime, but I define it in my code when I want it to use it. And that's still good, right?
Okay.
Because the other way is I have to lock into that while at implementation, so I have to have impl line parts type ADB part regex or whatever, and then I need to create another one for the other one. You know what I mean?
Is that not the same here?
No, because I
It's
just call
gonna
the function.
define parts with a certain type, and that's gonna be fixed for that trait input.
No, 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 no. Because strategy now is part of this method call, right? Um, because it's now part of that, I can. I'm actually going back on what I was saying. Like, I think I should. I think I should associate it to the struct itself, like this ADB struct, the type of strategy that I'm going to use.
Hmm.
But my issue here is like I can't associate it to the trait, which is really annoying, and I want it to be because that's what's really common across that. Otherwise, when I have a different parser, I have to have the same struct with this strategy type that's impl um, part strategy or whatever I called it. And
Yeah, storage. Yeah, traits can't have fields.
yeah, it's kind of annoying, you know.
Yeah, you want Java classes.
Well, I guess I just don't understand the Rust way of doing it, like properly, I guess. Anyway, so we've got a strategy that's on self, so I don't need this. And then that strategy is going to get called to extract the parts, right? So for the line, so we can do something like um, we want to get the parts, so we want to go like self.strategy.extract parts on the line, and that will give us some option. So really, like this was redundant. Like I'm just returning this. So is there any
hmm.
point having
Yeah,
this?
I could see that redundancy
Yeah.
coming up. Oh, no, no, it's not redundant
Yeah, it's
because it's
delegating it
storing
to the impl.
self.strategy. It's a delegation bit.
Yeah, there's just a bit of duplication, kind of.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So this strategy, we construct it with the RE pattern, which will construct.
So,
Yeah.
hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Result. So let's just make it error if it errors, and then self.
So I think my question is valid. What's the difference between ADB and ADB regex strategy?
Um, so I'm thinking that ADB is going to contain a strategy, which currently I only have this one. But imagine I decide, actually, I don't like this regex strategy. Maybe I just want to split the line and um, and do some hacky stuff or whatever if I want, then I can just create another thing that implements this trait and associate it to it at runtime, not runtime, when I call it. And so it just changes that. Obviously, if I wanted it on runtime, it changes to Dyn and it would be able to switch it as well. But it's so that I make it more generic to how I actually parse each line. Because maybe it's not appropriate for a different ADB instance. It's not going to be like the format that I'm expecting. Even though, yes, I can pass the RE pattern, which is more generic in itself, but considering that I'm associating it to this hard-boiled, concrete ADB part, that's why I have that separation. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Oops. Why? Oh yeah, unwrap. Yeah, so we've got our self being returned, and so I just need to implement the extract parts method, which actually will do some sort of capture type stuff. Also, I'm actually going to remove this because I'm going to have it as a fixed thing that I'm setting. Because, yeah, this strategy is like, it's going to be fixed for now. So something like that. Yeah. And so when we extract parts, we can get each part by like a capture. So I iterate through the RE compiled regex, and then with I, where I is the, yeah, it's actually a string. So this guy takes a string, yeah. And so like I've got a string here, so I can do like for capture in that, but I think I already know what the expected, like I don't want to iterate through it. I just want to reference it if if it did capture. I want to reference it by the numbers in the capture. So like, what do we get from RE captures? That sounds good. What does that do? Returns the capture groups corresponding to leftmost. First in text, capture group 0 always corresponds to the entire match. If no match is found, then none. So that sounds like what I want, because it's going to be none if it doesn't capture. Otherwise, it's going to have stuff, which I can reference by the yeah, I can even reference it just by the index like that, which is good. So if if let sum, so it's none or sum, right? So sum capture equals re self dot re pattern dot captures on the line. So only when we capture something will we return some stuff. Otherwise, we'll return none. So else, and our capture should have the stuff, right? So we could reference it like get 0, get 1, and that's where I could text.
Where's the text?
Oh, sorry, that was just me toying around with it. That didn't exist.
Okay.
Yeah, because I wanted to see the API, which I can't even remember right now. Ah, Oh, you can even do by name if you have this stuff.
Mm. I wish the syntax was a bit nicer. But
Yeah,
yeah, that's very useful.
so I could call this datetime.
You gotta use bracket groups for
I've
that
got brackets right here.
um, after it. Oh,
Ooh,
does it go inside the brackets?
that's what I just saw.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, inside the brackets, and then whatever you want to
Mm-hmm.
capture.
Yeah.
So I should be able to get the name using a reference to the capture with the name index. So I can do like ADB parts sum, and we want date.
No, this if that you got. This is an opportunity to use the try operator.
But don't you need to return? You mean question mark, right?
Yeah.
But don't you need to return a result for that?
No, it works for anything that implements the
Oh,
try.
so it should return none if I do that, and it's none, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I can do self.ire pattern dot is it question mark dot? Oh no,
Um, dot captures is
dot
this
captures is a
bubble,
thing, yeah, that actually.
and then you put the question mark after that to unwrap it,
But then I want to
and
do a blocker
assign that to something.
assign it
Huh?
to the oh, okay, right. So I could,
Assign it to capture.
but I still, yeah, like I still need to do check whether it's none then.
That's what the question mark does.
So if like how do I make this one line return though with the cap with the
That's what the question mark does. It returns.
so yeah, well, it will return into something, and this something I am then doing this block. Like, how do I do this block here?
On the next line.
Yeah, so if it's none, right? Don't I just want to return it straight away then?
That's what the question mark does.
Oh, so you're saying if
Yeah.
but I have to assign it to a variable here.
Well, if you want to use it. Yeah.
Yeah. And you're saying even though I return, like doing this, it will return straight away.
That's what question mark does.
Really? It's confusing because yeah, it's not readable because you're assigning it.
Well, that happens if it's successful. If if it's none, then it will return before it gets the assignment.
Okay, okay, okay. I didn't realize it would. Kind of like question mark in result will error, but in this case it will return none. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, okay. So I should be able to do that.
Mm-hmm. Is it allowed to be a reference?
That's what this thing was using.
Um, yeah, but that wasn't storing it in a string.
It's storing it in, yeah, caps.
No, no, I mean the your not the part where it's getting the individual values.
Not this part, you mean?
Yeah, that was just doing a equality check. You're assigning it to string. And I wonder, maybe that's fine. We'll see what the compiler thinks.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's like, these are different types. So,
Yeah,
sort of,
I am writing a lot of code without having checked it, so we'll see. I'm just going to finish this though. So this is the date which I've got, and then I want timestamp, and then I've got some more stuff. I've just got everything after that. So if I want, what's the regex?
it's an incomplete regex.
Yeah.
What did your Python do? Did your Python use this regex?
No, I didn't use regex.
Uh, did you use like splitting stuff?
Yeah, I was pretty. Yeah, it was just rushed, so I was just doing it like in the most hackiest way. So I want I guess actually I'm gonna like break this up because it's hard to read.
Mm. Yeah.
And then this will combine the. So to combine, I think there's like a format method, and that allows you to do something like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and so in between these is like a white space with um, one or more, and then I have my regex, and then I have the time, and then I have white space, one or more,
You
and then
could like do a join using whitespace.
hmm?
You could like do a join using whitespace.
Join using white space. I don't know what you mean.
Like join these components together with the whitespace regex.
Join?
Um, um, yeah, if you have a vector of these, and then
Oh,
you got join.
I see, I see, I see. Instead of doing format.
Hmm.
Yeah,
That
true.
seems to be the pattern. That this is the separator. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a good point. Yeah, I could do that. So, so process is just 4 digits, and I don't want to capture that, so I'm just gonna write it.
I feel like 4 digits is not necessarily set in stone. It's just a number.
Yeah, so maybe just that or something.
Hmm.
And then it just gets repeated, so another one, and then log level. And that is gonna just be one character, so I can do like something like that. One,
Hmm. No need to say one. It's redundant.
true. And then the message, oh, prefix, sorry. So that is just going to be, so yeah, it could be like letters and numbers.
And spaces. Oh wait, no,
No, it will never have
probably not.
spaces.
The message would be the one with the spaces.
So maybe something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the message I'm just going to do blanket dot star, something like
Yeah.
dot. Oh, dot star. Oh, dot plus, I guess. One or more. What's going on? I'm missing. Yes. So the pattern is going to be vec and then re datetime dot join. Ooh.
Yeah. Lots and fans.
Yeah, we just create a vec
Hmm.
and then I don't even need a vec. It's like, can be an array because it's fixed.
Does array have join?
I think so. Um, yeah.
Cool.
All right. So there's the pattern. And then we've created the pattern and we have our captcha. You know, it'd be cool if I could just write a test here to actually test what
Mm.
I'm doing. So I guess
Yeah.
now's a good strategy to start seeing where it fails. So maybe what I'll do is like comment all this out and then include this guy. Sorry, it was one sec. So to include a crate, you say mod of the module, sorry, that you've added with a mod file. Yeah, and we're already getting some problems. This one is because I need this guy. So this associated type needs to be self parts type. Okay.
Hmm.
No strategy because it was called like, or did I get rid of it? Or parts strategy. Parts strategy. And then this guy is not happy.
Hmm. Yeah, I was wondering about that. It didn't seem right. You have to use templates.
But then can I do this? Sorry?
Actually, I don't think you used the word import there.
Oh, sorry. So you can't say this is a trait. S part strategy. Oh, okay. Is that it?
That's it.
I wouldn't do that.
Import is used
Yeah,
to return a
that's
decision. Yeah.
true. Yeah.
I could imagine using import for the method, but
Oh, can I do
no,
this?
actually, no, I don't think so.
Yeah, look at that. Nowhere.
Can you do that for the struct as well?
Good question. Yeah.
Cool.
Missing generics for ADB. Can I do it here?
Templates. All the templates.
Oh no.
How do you create an ADB?
Well. Oh, part strategy. Uh-oh.
Wait, what?
What? Oh,
Oh no,
it goes
yeah,
here.
yeah.
So how do you create an ADB? Well, ADB new will,
I'm surprised it's not dying on you. It's like you're not giving a value for strategy.
yeah. Yeah, isn't that weird? Can you return like,
This has got a compile fail.
yeah, I think it's because of all this other stuff. Just doesn't know
Hmm.
about it yet. uh, wait. Is this right? No, I don't need it here. Cannot find trait line strategy because it's called part strategy. And
Here we go.
cannot find parts type in scope because it's meant to return an ADB.
It's self.
Or I could do
Is
that.
that self parts type as well? Either one. Yeah. There we go.
Oh, okay. Yes. Can I just get rid of it? No, because this is going to return a... Oh, I can do that? Okay. So I'm making a copy, and that's for every single line. Do I want to do that?
Hmm. Well, you made them strings, which means they own the string
Yeah,
data on
so I
them.
guess I could make them string references, right?
Hmm.
And so they don't own it.
Um,
Ownership's on the line, right?
yeah.
I almost want to give a better lifetime annotation. Like this is like call it line lifetime or something. I don't know.
Hmm.
How does this work?
I'm not sure.
Oh
Is that
no,
okay?
that was right. I
Yeah.
just yeah.
Need another template parameter.
Oh, I don't need it for this. It's just on the parts. Oh my god, this is getting kind of ridiculous. No? Oh, uh, the lifetime's really on this thing, right?
Mm,
And then this has a
mm-hmm,
that this has that lifetime as well because
mm-hmm,
it's so how do I like that?
mm-hmm.
But then this guy is saying not constrained by the infiltrate self type or predicate's unconstrained lifetime parameter.
Oh, why is it a problem here but not up there?
Ah, it is.
Ah, yeah. How do you or maybe you have to pass it into the.
Right. Yeah, so this is wrong. That lifetime is online. And then when we
Maybe you have to pass it in ADB template parameters as well. Like maybe that's the constraint. Or no.
but then I have to put lifetimes on ADB now.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Sorry, it was on ADB parts. My bad. Yeah. Yeah. Can ADB avoid that? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's sort of
Yeah.
in the global space. Don't worry about it. It's really this line that has a lifetime of A, and this ADB parts has the same lifetime. Do I have to put it here? Maybe.
Oh yeah. Infiltrate self something.
Oh, is it because this needs it? Like I have to put the um
Oh yeah. Yeah.
so now parts has to take a lifetime, which yeah, I
You
want
put
it.
it after line parts gets the A.
Yeah, yeah.
You might have to put it in the info as well.
There we go.
There you go. There you go.
So they're all the same lifetime. ADB parts, line, and ADB parts. That makes sense, right?
Well, the trait doesn't have lifetime, but it's being templated on lifetime.
No, I know, but these two have the same lifetime.
Yes, yes, that's the main thing.
Yeah. So when we um, when we do this thing, which has a lifetime as well,
Does this mean part strategy needs the lifetime?
yeah, I think so. And then I give it to this guy as well. Holy
Hmm.
shit.
Yeah, because it's got a line.
Yeah, yeah. And then we're kind of getting there. This was a good exercise.
Hmm.
Reference. Hey,
Now you
it'll.
can pass around the pointers.
Yeah.
References. Look at that. No copy, no heap.
Now this needs another lifetime.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Shit. Ah.
Wait, is that where it goes? No. A comma S. Oh my god, I can't read this.
Delete. Okay,
Delete
yeah.
that. Okay, there we go.
I can't reason anymore. It's like, is it gonna be happy or not? I have no idea.
Oh, look at that. It bubbled
Oh
all the way
look,
up.
now ADB's got it.
This
There
is
you
so
go. It's
stupid.
now on ADB because why does part strategy need it?
Because it has line. It has a method that has line, which has. Why don't I just put it on the function? Like, why do I have to put it on the trait?
Because it's part of the type of
Because of this
ADB part.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, associated types.
How
Oh
many
well,
times does quote A appear in this file?
too many. And it
25
and
times?
it's all
Yeah.
just to say that ADB parts and line has the same um, lifetime.
Yeah.
But it's like you wouldn't be able to
No, but
read that. Like you'd be
I
like
mean,
lifetime A here for that,
yeah,
for
imagine
that.
if you gave it a name. Like, you just be repeating yourself again and again.
But I feel like that is better because I could call this line.
Line lifetime or something.
Yeah.
Line time. Call it line time.
Let's just call it um
Line time.
let
Start it with a line.
no you just call it like line LT, line lifetime. There you go.
Oh, LLT.
Yeah. LLT.
Yeah. That's as bad as A.
But then you just say here, yeah.
Isn't LLT like a mobile something something?
LTS you read.
LTS maybe. I think. Mhm.
Wow. That's
I
interesting.
reckon our previous calls didn't expire before because we weren't using the video stream. It was just like an audio call. I
Oh,
reckon that's the difference.
really? Oh, okay.
Like when we were playing Factorio, we weren't using the stream.
Yeah, I see. So it's different
So
lifetimes.
audio's infinite free, videos, whatever, 1 hour.
Right. All right. Let's say we have a line like this.
LLT. That's amazing how much it just appeared everywhere.
I know. This is why we experiment because yeah, we've never done this.
Mm.
So we create a strategy.
And all this like trait stuff, like I would have not had any traits.
Yeah.
And then I wouldn't have seen like this side of things.
Yeah. Like I'm future proofing it so that I can have a different type of strategy. And in order to do that, all of this happened. But it's like, what if the other strategy does,
Needs
well,
another lifetime. Needs like 3 lifetimes.
the
How do
commonality
you
is that it
be
will
future proof of
extract,
lifetimes?
it will have an associated type that will be different, but have the same lifetime as the line. So it should be the same. You know what I mean?
But like if it needs more lifetimes, just because the struct has another reference in
Yeah.
it, like now you gotta add it to everything and break stuff and yeah.
I feel like at that point, if you want to like have different lifetimes, let's say you storing a buffer of these things, right? Let's say. So instead
Mm.
of like every line just like comes about and then destructs, so it
Can
loses.
you have an unused lifetime in your struct if you like add a second one to
Oh, yeah,
the
not gotta be
Wait,
explicit.
no. I mean, the definition was happy though, right?
What do you mean?
This part, obviously the call sites die, but you're allowed to have redundant lifetimes. So if you needed to add 2 more lifetimes to your
Oh, I
rate
see.
interface, you could backport it on
Yeah,
the other ones. They don't use
they're
it, but
just not relevant. Yeah,
it's just like function parameters. You can have ones that you just don't use
I see. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so that you fit a certain type signature. So this is like fitting a lifetime signature.
Yes. I'm just gonna make it A again.
I thought LLT was good.
Really?
Yeah, better than
Okay.
A. When I say it's as bad as A, no.
Okay. All right. Let's test this out.
Here we go. Compile. Yeah, see the part where you don't make an ADB? This is the part where I feel like ADB and strategy is just the same thing.
Yeah, but like the way that I construct it is, yeah, it's not finished, but I would pass an S here, and this would return, say, like strategy, right?
So far,
So far, it's the
ADB
same.
and strategy is literally the same.
Yeah, but this is gonna contain more stuff, like maybe the reader.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
it's not
yeah,
just gonna be that.
okay, yeah,
But yes, I understand what you mean. Like at the moment, it's kind of like redundant.
yeah. You got single field and you delegate everything to that field. Yeah, you are.
All right, here we go. That was a pretty good. Oh fuck.
Oh,
Missing
it's too
lifetime
far.
on part strategy. How come I
Yeah, I
didn't
gotta
get?
update the. Uh, what was it? Yeah, you got an A already, so.
Yeah, but we want LLT.
Oh yeah, Ellen. Nine. And you don't need to do it on the parts type, I guess. If it doesn't complain, then it's okay.
Yeah, you just pray. Unused parameter.
Oh shit.
Oh no!
What do you mean unused? It's used in part strategy. We can't use part strategy without LLT.
I know.
What?
Huh?
What?
Phantom data?
What?
How
Oh
do
my
you
god.
mark it as phantom data? It's not phantom though. It's used here. You can't have like define your trait with the thing and use it in your other thing next to it.
Help. Help. Yeah, so it's a template parameter that's not being used in a field, and I think that's where you have to use phantom data. I've heard of this before and I don't understand
Oh my god.
it.
Really?
How do you use it?
It's like a templated thing.
Oh, you actually have a field. You
Yeah.
add a field so that it's used and you don't use the field. Holy shit. That's the worst. I thought it'd be like, oh, some special case where
Yeah,
you say this
yeah,
is actually unused or
like a
whatever.
macro or something.
Hmm. Jesus Christ. You're adding a field? Hmm. That's really bad.
I can't just
This
do
is
it on a
really bad.
lifetime though.
Oh my god. Uh,
This is so stupid.
because yeah, it's not a sized, unsized, whatever. It's a lifetime. That's a different. It's not a type. So you got to look for like unused lifetime Rust generic or something. Can't phantom. Yeah, and they've got. They have the same thing.
What the
Can't read that.
for? I can't read it.
Oh, that's four.
Oh, look at that.
Oh my god. So you just make a type out of it. Yeah, you just make some random type that you. So it's a reference to void. Holy shit. I've never seen that before. It's a reference to void. Jesus Christ. Just that as a concept. Because void has a value. Void has one value, which is the void value
Yes.
reference. Yeah, that's insane.
I have to still give it a phantom thing.
In your new
Yeah. What do I put? Empty?
does it come with new? What method
Yeah.
got? Or
Default?
can you like do curly braces?
I tried that. I did
It
that.
didn't like. No, I mean like phantom data curly.
Oh, okay.
You probably have to give it types. Is
I
it happy?
think it's
If it's
happy.
happy, it's happy. Yeah.
It's happy. It's happy. Okay,
Are
so
you happy though?
well, I'm happy we discovered another like
Oh
unfortunate.
yeah, yeah. Well, let's add it to the list.
Yeah.
Ross will say, "Oh, give me this lifetime," and give it a lifetime in a trait constraint, and it goes, "Oh no, lifetime's not used. Then use the field." And then you go, "What?"
Holy shit! Look at this error.
I feel like whoever made this like needs to be used in field constraint. Well,
Okay, I'm just gonna
uh,
comment this one out for now because this is a little crazy. Oh, oh,
I have a suspicion that it's the macro.
the async trait macro. Yeah.
Yeah, because next sounds like a thing async would probably use. If you just
Yeah.
change it to like next five or whatever.
Well, I'll just comment it out for now, and then we'll figure that one out. So
Yeah.
parts has zero type parameters, but its trait declaration has one. Oh, right, strategy.
Um, Jeffrey.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Oops. Consider constraining the associated type S as part strategy LLT parts type. What?
Wait,
What?
what? Consider training. Hmm?
So it doesn't like this return, which is returning option self parts type.
So you need to write itself. Oh, wait, what? What? But it's the same. You just made the error. Hmm.
Wow, if I'd use that, I can't use the lifetime. So do I just get rid of it? And it, oh, it's
I'm
not happy.
confused.
Oh,
I'm so confused. This is a good exercise.
yeah, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Consider constraining the associated type this to, and then it doesn't, to ADB parts with a lifetime. It wants me to use this lifetime. No.
What?
Is it like, can I scroll here? Oh yeah, there we go. It says constraining the associated type S as parts strategy, LT parts type to that. So it's saying constrain it to that. How do I constrain to that? Do I?
Constraining it to ADP parts with the underscore.
How do I constrain it though?
Yeah, you're setting it. You're setting it. What
Yeah.
more constraint do you need? It's set directly to a thing and like to a specific lifetime parameter as well.
Hmm.
But it's not an underscore.
Yeah.
How's
And
that
that's
alternative?
and when I put this A to B parts, I also put the actual lifetime, and
Hmm.
it's not happy. Oh, because it's missing self as line. I can't read the full error message.
So imagine you learn Python and then you're confident in Python. You go, good, I'm a programmer now, but I want to be a real programmer. And then you go to learn Rust,
Yeah.
and then this is what you have to grapple with
No. Like
coming from Python.
yeah, I mean, like we have done like a lot of, talking through the theory of C++ and memory management lifetimes.
Yeah, like we get lifetimes their importance in Rust, like it's a brand new concept, and like to be
Well,
exposed to it like this a bit.
I was actually talking to someone at work today about C++, and they
Mhm.
were like, "Yeah, C++, I kind of get it. It's kind of like, you get it after knowing something like Python or Java." And I'm like, "Sure, you can understand how to write class like syntax if that's what you're thinking, but to
Yeah, you
truly
can get the
understand
hello
it,
fact, but the whole memory fact.
yeah, you can read it and be like, oh, this is how you do a function call. But like, if you don't understand how the machine works, if
And we're kind of hitting that with Rust here. Like we get memory management in a really like I guess a slack sense, whereas there's no real
yeah, we
uh,
can make strategic guesses about the memory management, just like the line and the reference here. Like, that's a pretty good guess. The problem
hmm,
there is like when we're now implementing this, it bubbled up all
yeah,
the way to the
for
top.
real.
It bubbled all the way to
Exposing what we
ADB,
actually don't know.
and it's now gotten to a point where this associated type is giving us grief. And it's like, okay, now we're really struggling with the compiler. How do we get this to work?
Yeah, I'm kind of at a loss. Like, what even causing this problem? Because it's gone down this rabbit hole of like threading this lifetime through that I'm now lost. I don't really understand what it means.
Yes. Well, it does actually give you a um, visit this thing. Sure, why not?
Or like a web page.
Yeah.
Okay, that's helpful.
Consider constraining the associate type. So constrain is what we want to look for.
That's really good, actually. There's like, oh, you've hit this really advanced thing. Here's a page explaining it. Like, you don't get that in C++.
No.
That's a really nice documentation compiler niceness.
So is this related to associated type? Not really. I just looked for the word constrain. But that's to satisfy the constraint of display and point. I don't really think that's
Is there anything about
relevant.
like lifetimes and associated types?
So this is all about associated types, and talks about what they are. No. Here you go.
Oh yeah.
Sure, that's how you define it. Higher kind types. The associated type is parameterized by the lifetime, as there's no connection between the lifetime declared in the function and the one the type as you noted. A proposed syntax for excuse me? This is
Hmm.
2015 though, so it's definitely there already.
Maybe.
Oh, here we go. This is 2021. Oh, look at that. You can do like equals something. Wait a
Yeah.
second.
Default value for temporary requirement.
So can I do like parts type equals ADB parts here? No. It would be on
Hmm.
the.
Sorry, where?
Oh, I was wondering if I can do it here.
Nah. Beyond.
It'd be on the call site or whatever. Oh.
Definition.
Currently unfinished. Wow, look at this. Features unfinished, generic associated types.
Hmm.
But we never got that compiler warning, which means I assume it's already in.
Maybe try adding that.
Sure. But that's what we did, right? Self item A. Yeah, this is kind of what we want to do, right? We've got
Oh,
our
that's not. Yeah, yeah, we did do that. Yeah.
and our trait itself doesn't have the thing, so that's where I want to add it. Oh, maybe that's why. We're
Maybe
not.
that's why. Hmm. Hmm. And that kind of makes sense with this.
Ah!
Oh,
We hit it.
yay, found it.
Why am I even needing to do
Speak of
this?
the devil.
Why am I even needing to do this? Oh no. Oh, I think it goes at the top. Alright. Shadow's already in scope. Oh, it's a different lifetime.
LLT2.
Can but can I
I
just
know.
do this? No, I can't. It has to be different.
Because line has one. Yeah, line. But yeah, we want to say it's the same. Because it's the same.
I
Because
know.
like we get the lifetime in from line, and we're returning a thing with that lifetime. The thing is just a type association.
Oh, and you don't put this here. Wait, missing generics. Doesn't like LLT2. Why? Undeclared
What?
lifetime? Undeclared?
Maybe say LLT1 or just LLT. LLT1, I mean. Because maybe LLT2 is like the same. It has a lifetime.
Oh my
That's all
god.
we're saying. And then later on, we're using it instead of
Right. So I'm just gonna call this A.
do like underscore.
No, no. That means
Oh, you can't.
static lifetime.
But that's like what it means. Like there's a lifetime.
No, that has a specific meaning. It doesn't mean that.
It doesn't mean that. What do you mean?
It means static lifetime or something like that. Or no, anonymous lifetime. It means anonymous lifetime.
That's kind of what I mean. I don't know.
So does this guy need the LLT? It does, right? And we're back at the same thing.
After all that,
After all that, we're back at the same thing.
I thought that was the issue.
Oh, is it because of this doesn't have the type? Yeah. We forgot to add it here. Excuse me.
So we just need it on the other one. I guess good thing you named it LLT instead of A.
Oh, right. I forgot to add it in this
The
part's type.
other,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, fuck. So this is really LLT. And this is LLT. And this is LLT. This is LLT. And this is LLT. Yeah.
LLT.
Why does it expect underscore?
What? Yeah, what? How is that expect underscore?
65, the anonymous lifetime number 2 defined here.
Oh my.
Should we just not give line the... Maybe we won't give line the lifetime, which I don't quite understand, but...
But that's the lifetime of the return struct. We gotta say that that's same.
Yeah. So 65 has an anonymous lifetime somewhere. Where is that? I'm confused. It's so... Oh, okay. That liked it. Fair enough. And then doesn't like it. Because we don't declare our line to have it. Right. All right. Yes, I think we got it.
Oh, what?
Hold
Wait,
on.
what did you change?
Oh, no. There's still a problem. This one.
Is it just similar? That.
Why is it underscore? All right, so consider constraining the associated type. Yeah.
I'm glad lots of people are running into this.
What? What?
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
What the fuck?
Is this even about the same thing as what we're
No.
doing?
Well,
Is
this is
it?
not using the lifetime thingy.
It's not really a templated dissociated type.
Well, this error message doesn't talk about lifetimes. It just considers constraining the associate type S as parts. Um, S as part strategy is referring to our S, which is part strategy, and because we're returning this guy, that's why I'm confused. Like if I change this to um, A to B parts, because that's our associate type,
Hmm.
I get this error message that says, look, it's now saying constrain this thing to A to B parts. So it's almost like saying this associated type needs to be explicitly constrained. Um,
To the thing where we're returning, but that's what we're trying to do. We said parts type equals that,
I know.
and maybe it's like the quote A is losing a translation there.
You reckon?
But I don't understand how you get it to understand that A is an LLT.
Yeah. What if I just make it equals to A to B parts LLT?
Mm.
That is a struct though.
Oh, no, only allowed for those who are in import.
So we have to do it in the function?
Ah, ah,
Like here? S equals A to B parts?
ah.
T?
That now
Uh,
no longer matches the type signature. I bought some cereal that I'm like snacking on every now and then, and it's
yeah.
like lasted. It feels like it's just lasting forever. There's always more. We should commit, yeah.
Oh yeah.
As like we found something that's just no idea, and maybe give up and drop the
The
associated type.
associated type? Yeah.
Because if it works just fine with a non-associated type, that that's like that's not good because an associated type should be able to just drop in, replace,
Exactly.
and if it's
Something
the exact
else.
same shape and the exact same semantics, it's just like, oh, it's a compiler error.
Yeah. Sad. Very sad.
And hopefully, it's like we just don't understand the syntax to express what we want.
So what would be the way to refactor this? drop the associated type, so we don't want that.
Yeah, let's just drop that and then see what does the
Yeah.
other change to make it compile.
So I'm gonna get rid of all this stuff. It's kind of
So
pointless.
that I guess that means that the ADP part struct needs to move up into those other trait definitions as the return value.
Sorry? What? Say again?
So the ADP part would need to move up into the top level traits.
As a...
So it becomes option ADP parts.
okay. That
It needs to
you...
move up here.
But as a trait?
No, still as a struct.
But you can't have structs in traits. I don't know what you mean.
No, I mean in this file, so that it's referred to by those top level traits.
Okay.
Just referred, not every time.
But that's what the... Yeah, so instead of parts type, you mean just use that.
Yeah, just use ADP parts.
And we'll just call it like line parts or something.
Yeah. Fine.
So this will need a lifetime still. So we'll keep that.
We'll still keep that. Try and make that work.
Yeah. And then this is like a... Yeah, instead of that line parts, and this is like the parter or something. Get part. I don't know how to name traits. It's a verb or something,
Line
right?
parter.
Yeah, line parter. And this will return a line parts with a lifetime. And this part strategy, yeah, we'll keep it, whatever. And what's the problem here? Expected that. Cool. So we have line parts, we have part strategy, we have line parter trait. Let's see without the lifetime what happens. New strategy. Let's just hard code it because whatever. No phantom data.
Oh yeah, no phantom data.
Line parts for ADB. Yep. So we need this guy still. Line parts for ADB. And then this guy needs... Oh, line parter, sorry.
Right.
Known view. ADB parts. So this is line parts. Strategy. Yeah, so we can...
I can put the
strategy back, yeah. Part strategy. Oh wait, I can't do that. How do I do it again?
The template family.
Yeah, right. That's right. Oh, this needs a lifetime?
Sorry, what?
Does it? Does it?
Okay.
Are we going...
Wait. Kill that associated type.
Yeah. But this still needs a lifetime.
But it still needs a lifetime. We'll see. Yeah, hopefully it works this time.
Wait. Is this part strategy even relevant? Oh, yeah.
Um,
Well, yeah, we'll keep it relevant because, yeah. It's relevant. So this guy needs this lifetime. This ADB will return the strategy, which will just hard code. So we'll go... Strategy is ADB regex strategy new. Why is this bad?
Templated now.
Templated, yes. Oh no.
Oh, you can't hard code ADB regex strategy. You gotta use the template.
True. Yep, that's fine. So how do I
So
instantiate it?
maybe do like plus default.
Oh yeah.
Is there a no, it's just default. There wouldn't be new.
So can I just do this? Can I just do that?
I wouldn't say so.
Oh, you can only do it in the new, right? Right?
You can't do it on import. It has to be
On a function, right?
function.
Yeah,
What is
so what if I have impl ADB and then do S part strategy?
the import needs to be templated on S to provide to A.
Yeah. And then maybe I can do it here then. S equals ADB regex
S
strategy.
is already defined from the import.
Right. I was hoping that I could um like make it much more, you know, specific to a specific what's it called again? Line strategy?
Take out 4. There's no 4.
Oh yeah, that's true. Who?
RLT.
On ADB? Oh yeah,
Mhm.
sorry, yeah, I forgot. So how do I construct a strategy?
That's where I'm thinking you need to do plus default
Plus default.
in the constraints on S.
So like this plus default.
Yep.
And then how does that work?
Yep. And then you can call the default on
For,
S. Like it's satisfying the
I
default
see,
state.
I see, I see, I see. So I can do self strategy dot
Something like that.
and then define um
Yeah.
sorry, part strategy. Wait, no, that's it, right? For ADB, no. Isn't it the default for this part strategy straight? That has to be associated to a struct, so it's on this guy, right?
Yeah. Do it for the struct.
I still don't know how I'm gonna tie this guy to ADB.
When you construct it.
I'm
Sorry, when you
confused.
call new, that's when it'll be tied to it.
Oh, because I'll do like ADB new ADB regex strategy.
I think it would go after
Yeah, sorry, you're right.
ADB takes the thing. And you'll have to somehow pass in the lifetime. Oh, oh. I think something doesn't work there because ADB is going to outlive the line.
Yeah, how does it know about LLT? Should we define a different lifetime for ADB and like pass that in?
Where's the line coming from?
Um, it's within the strategy or the line parter.
Hmm?
So this
Line.
method, this
That
method will
text line. Where does line come from?
line will come from like a reader, which is probably going to be in the same scope as ADB, same lifetime. The reader will
So
have that
ADB
lifetime, but
can
the reader will have that, but the line itself won't.
the reader will. Hmm,
So the reader will exist with the same lifetime as ADB. Let's say it's in the same function, main
yeah,
or whatever, and then that reader will like call some read line that will get
yeah,
a line that potentially will disappear after the next iteration, right?
yeah. So we can't have ADB templated on the line, right?
LLT. It should be
We
on
probably need a separate thing
for
that
ADB.
only exists after the line is created.
Yeah. So that would be
And that
like
sounds
A.
like a line parser or something.
Yeah. So the
So
part
maybe that's something that you can get out of ADB is like,
the
okay, I think I know. So go back to the interface that ADB is implementing it.
part strategy. Yeah. Sorry, it's implementing parser, which has next, but also this guy. It's implementing these two.
I have no idea how you do this. I would need to like start from the C++ code, see the lifetime, like C++ code that's like fine, it's okay, no issue, and then
Then you got a
work
problem.
backwards from there to inject the lifetimes
Yeah,
where
yeah,
necessary.
yeah.
Because I can't see it. Like when you have to be so explicit about lifetimes, what, yeah, where it goes. And this is probably an educational thing, like a sort of Rosetta Stone thing.
Yeah,
Here's the C++ with, references to stuff, and the lifetimes is like manually verified it's okay. And then here's the Rust version of that, and here's where those lifetimes appear in structs and this and that.
yes.
And I feel like a critical thing would be one of the functions is templated on the lifetime, not
Not
like
the,
ADB.
yeah.
Having the line lifetime on ADB, it definitely doesn't work because it's obviously
Oh,
out there
okay.
an
So,
individual line. But
so,
the individual, like, give me one line, that
yes.
function is like at the level of the line lifetime.
Yeah, I understand
But
what you
the
mean.
problem is this, like, this strategy returns a struct with this lifetime parameter, and now the strategy needs the lifetime and now ADB needs a lifetime parameter, and so it's all filtered up in a way that I'm not sure how you resolve.
So let's move it away from the trait, put it in the actual method, which is getting the line, and that line has the
Oh,
same
I
lifetime as
think
that.
yeah, the part strategy, instead of templating part strategy on it, you template its function on it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
So now we got rid of
Yeah.
all of this stuff.
Yeah. So that was the mistake, was putting lifetimes on the top level struct when it could have just been on the method.
The method,
Because it's
yes.
just the return value of the method has its lifetime. It
Yeah,
doesn't
like,
infect the
and it could
entire
have
sequence
other
of lifetime.
methods that don't have lines, so that's going to be irrelevant, right?
Sorry, saying it.
Yeah, and like we could have other methods on line parter that don't have line
Yeah,
potentially.
exactly. And is this a case where the lifetime is elided? Because it's like the same everywhere. What happens if you just take it out? Oh, I guess you don't have a choice with structs that have the lifetime templating,
Yeah,
maybe.
this will ask me to put a lifetime because I've
But
got a
just in the
reference.
yeah, true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
so
just,
you can only like elide with
we,
references,
yeah, yeah,
but not with structs with references. That's unfortunate because that's like that feels like it should be the same thing.
yeah. And I think this line is really screwing us up as well. Like this
Hmm.
storing the strategy is making our lives like crazy annoying. So let's just like hard code it.
Oh, I want to see that. I want to see that work. I reckon it can work. I
Okay.
reckon you can do it. I think it's
Oh,
like
yeah, it doesn't need the lifetime anymore. So,
yeah, it doesn't need the lifetime. That was the issue there. Yeah, and now it's just an S sort of thing.
yeah. And so like we can pass in an S,
Yeah.
which is of thingy. All right, cool. Don't need you. And now we get rid of this because there's no lifetimes on our line parter. Whereas this has a lifetime. So you just opt for, yeah, more. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, because I need. Yep. Wait. So we're implementing. Uh, oh, sorry, that was strategy. Part strategy, not line parter. My bad.
Mm.
Hey, I didn't have to do. Okay, so now I just got to fix this. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh no. Oh yeah, right. Oh, oh, oh. What? What's now? What? Expected unit type found ADBS because that needs to return self.
Hmm.
Class does not match this.
Line.
Line parts. Line needs that.
Line. Yep.
Cannot return referencing local variable owned by the thing. Oh yeah, fair enough. So
Oh,
I can't
wait.
do that.
So capture has taken a copy of the line, maybe, and so all this stuff we did doesn't work.
Because it
You would have thought that capture like is just referencing
thing
inside
line,
line,
yeah. Unless there's
just taking
a.
slices, but
What if I
perhaps
give
not.
it a reference line?
Oh
Also,
yeah,
and then um, line
I,
itself is just a reference.
I reckon line is making copy. Sorry, capture is making copy.
But if I give it a reference, shouldn't it just?
It could still be making copies. So go down to
Oh,
the
sorry. Yeah,
capture. So there's text, which is
a
for
reference
T.
T.
Oh, and sorry. Wait. It's templated on that lifetime, and it returns a capture with that lifetime, the same lifetime
Yeah,
as text. So that should
that is not that. That is like keeping
um go
the
back
same
to the
lifetime as
thing.
the thing.
Go back to the thing. So it's got text. What, what does it return? Capture that.
Which has that
Yeah,
reference to it. But it's a
but
reference.
named groups arc usize. What's that?
Hmm.
Is
Name
that referring
groups.
to the locations? What's locations? Is that like an array? Because I reckon the usize is an index into the locations. Vex slot. What's a slot? What's a slot? Slot is option. What? Just what?
Oh,
Oh,
it's
it's a vector
just
slot.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
the
So it's
position.
multiple slot, multiple positions, presumably inside texts, like indexes into texts.
But are you thinking that yeah, this string is referring to the name of the name groups? I think not.
Yep.
And so if it's referencing that, maybe it's the name. Like
Do you know
yeah,
what this is calling? Like what the how you do square bracket
a square bracket.
overloads? It's like index or slice or what are the
Um,
methods here
um,
on a capture?
yeah, I'm trying to get the. Why can't I? That's not sure why that didn't work. But... Hmm. Maybe they implement. Oh, this is on my file. My bad.
Yeah.
Get me? No.
Something that takes the name.
What the hell? It takes a name.
We only want to look at the capture
Oh, just the capture thing.
because that's what we've got. We don't have those things. So those are fields. We want the impl.
Where's the
Is this a
import
plugin?
capture?
Yeah. Name.
Returns the match for the capture group if named name.
Option match T. Oh, wait, sorry, what's the error message? Yeah,
Capture
it
is
is about.
borrowed.
It is about. Mm, okay. So it's a match which might contain a reference to capture. instead of just line. We want to get the string slice out of the match. Maybe put a bookmark here.
Yeah. This guy.
Yeah, because we're probably calling name ultimately, so that looks like the right interface, and we're getting a match.
With the lifetime t text, which
And it's got Astor. Do we need to be calling Astor? But maybe that's what the
well, that was.
interface does
Sorry, where is that?
in match.
Where? Where? I don't see it.
You missed it. It's in matches implementation.
I'm blind. Where is it?
It is the fifth function. Sorry, the
Oh,
fourth
as
function.
sir returns the match text. Right. Sorry. So you reckon call that?
Go back to that example that you just passed over, where Astor was getting called.
Oh yeah.
You jumped over some example
This
there.
one.
No, it wasn't that. It had like unwrapped then Astor. There.
This one.
So,
Oh.
so the index notation is what we're actually calling.
Yeah. Right.
But
So
we could
maybe
try
we
this,
try
like
this one.
name
Yeah.
unwrap Astor.
Yeah.
But the index notation looks like it's a shorthand for doing that.
We'll see if
And
it's.
I wish we could find that. I'm sure it's probably a trait or something. If there's
Mm,
like another trait impl for match.
square bracket. So you reckon this square bracket's on match?
Yeah,
Um,
it's probably an index trait.
so we have iter, we have expand, len, but this is all in captures, not match. So if we go to match,
How many impls does match have?
one,
No,
yeah,
there's more.
where?
Oh, that's matches. Um, so it's not going to be impl match. It'll be impl trait for match.
That's true, yeah, for match. This is all, oh, there we go, from. That's from, which returns, takes a match and returns a thing.
Oh yeah. Wait, sorry. From
It's like
no,
conversion,
in,
like weak conversion type. When you,
okay.
yeah, I can't remember how I explicitly use it though. Matches, matches. That's it. Forward arch. All right, I'm just gonna try that.
It's stood ops index is the traits that they implement,
Okay.
and the function's called index. There it is. Index
for
for
captures.
captures.
Oh, okay, because that's a captures type that
Oh, we
will
were doing it on captures. That's right. Yeah,
right, but it does
yeah.
as_stir. Yeah, it
So we
does
call it
as_stir,
get, and
which
then as stirs it,
returns.
and we unwrap or else. And so, yeah, why is that stir not the same lifetime as the text? There shouldn't be any references to the captures in here.
Is it because of the way that I'm doing this static string?
Shouldn't be.
What was the other way? As_stir. I mean, it just calls
Of
into
name.
that. What if I use the indexes instead? And this lifetime, sorry, this reference needs to be there, right?
Oh, we don't need to do that reference. Maybe that's the problem.
Because this is already a reference?
It's already returning a reference. That's probably it.
Uh,
What's the error now? Expected thing found. Oh, yeah, pretty much.
What's the way to...
Just try it. That's true.
It's not there though. As ref.
Do it. Yeah. Oh my god. How's it not a string reference already? I'm confused.
Yeah, because that's what we're passing in.
Was was it returning a stir, not a ampersand stir? It must have been returning an ampersand stir. That's how it can say it has the lifetime of the text.
What?
What? Oh, as ref.
Oh, yeah.
I don't understand.
Oh, there we go.
Oh no.
It was the same problem.
No. I guess that's what ampersand was doing.
Yeah, syntactic sugar.
What?
This is confusing.
Cannot return.
Consider bar.
Don't get it.
So by
How?
doing this, I get the same problem as I got, right? Yes. And the
Yeah.
problem is that the capture is a local variable that
But
returns
we're
a value
calling a method on
referencing
it and
data
using
owed
the
to the
return
current
value of the
function.
method. We shouldn't be using capture itself. Capture should be like gone from the evaluation, and it's just a text reference. It's a slice into the text. We saw that.
Yeah. So it's a captures object. Is that a problem? Like, should it be a captures? No. There's another thing I've seen about this regex. It's that
Mm-hmm.
like you can make the regex static um like lazily or something. There's like this thing you can do where you can, because at the moment this regex pattern is bound to this lifetime, but you can make it sort of hoisted up as like global static. And that's something that I've seen in their documentation. I don't know if it has anything to do with it, but
Hmm.
um,
That sounds like global variables.
yeah.
Mutable global variables.
Where is it?
I can imagine that being quite useful though.
But yeah, I'm not sure how relevant it is to this.
Shouldn't be.
Should Should I try it like this? See if there's any difference.
Mm-hmm. Maybe the rest of them just like give them a string constant.
Yeah.
Interesting. So something in index's implementation is like just different.
Yeah.
Does get return a different thing?
I'll
Does it
have a look
also
in a
return
sec.
a match?
I'll have a look in a sec. Hold on.
Yeah, yeah. This is good to see.
It returns a match. Oh no. Yeah, it returns exactly the same thing.
Get returns a match. Name returns a match. And
Well,
what was index doing? Like, what if we call name instead?
okay.
That's actually what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, so something about index.
Well, that's a nasty bug. Well, for understanding, or I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
And
You'd have to inspect indexes implementation.
then this guy needs to implement debug. Holy shit. This was tough.
Mm.
Like, I like the way that you went through that to look at the lifetimes, to confirm that it was indeed returning the same lifetime, except that
Mm.
it wasn't, be it because of the weirdness of that function call, which we could isolate to captures, but not really
Like,
see
yeah,
what.
why is index not just like um calling name dot unre that's true. It seems to be doing other stuff.
Oops. How do I search my symbols? I forgot. Oh, there's two indexes. This is the one that we're using, and this one is returning an aster, and an aster
Oh,
is.
look. Um, look at the lifetime of the stir it's returning.
Oh, it's A. Who?
Yeah. So that's actually
On
tied to the
self.
lifetime of the
Which,
captures and
oh,
not
okay,
of
right. So if we could actually see that straight away.
ampersand T. But like,
Yeah.
why is that? Why is it?
T is alive from the match text, and I. What? Oh, T
But
is
what
a.
about A?
Text can't
The text.
outlive the captures object if this method is used. Because of how index is defined, normally AI is part of A and can't outlive it. To do that, use name instead. Basically, don't use this.
Wait, why?
Because it was tied to the capture.
But normally AI is part of A and can't unlive it. But
Yeah,
like,
why
why
is that?
can't it just not be A and just be
It must
T?
be as how this indexing trait works.
I don't believe. It's just a function. How is it any different to just calling a regular function? Yet they
Look,
can
I
you
think
edit this? Can you
um,
make it return a T stir
not
and see
easily,
if that
unfortunately.
not easily?
Yeah,
Okay.
but that's worth putting on the
Because
checklist. Like,
it's just a function.
so
What
the
are they doing?
follow up is like,
So their message was correct. We're
yeah,
trying
yeah.
to return the capture.
So when using index trait, why is it that in this regex library, the lifetime associated to the return is the same? as the object rather than to the
Like I understand normally, like it looks like you're doing a slice into the captures thing, except it's not. It's just
yeah.
the yeah, just the shorthand.
All right. I think that's a pretty good place to stop.
Yeah, yeah. I think
Oh my god. Lifetimes. Holy sheet.
we might one day be able to write Rust code.
We're getting there. Like, that was a
We still
lot.
haven't written Rust code, but
What do you
like
mean? We're writing it.
no, I mean like a complete Rust code.
Sure.
This
Well,
is still like
we're getting there.
getting there, yeah. And I mean like write it and know what you're doing and
Yeah.
not run into all this
Well, if
for
you know all these
reality.
little problems,
That's
if
what I
you
mean. Yeah, we're getting there. This is building on like we'll kind of understand like yeah. I think this was a really good.
like we could have avoided all this if I hard coded it, the strategy and did all that stuff. But nah, like the way
Yeah,
that
we
we went
persisted with like let's return references to the original text rather than copy it.
exactly,
Yeah, and that's like the point of Rust is you can do that safely. Yeah.
and hit all these boundaries to protect you, which is the whole point of it. I think as soon as you go into that mind space, that's where the battling with the compiler comes in, because you're bound to the implementations of the third-party libraries that you're using as well, which, like as we saw, might have differences to how you perceive the lifetimes of things until you look at the actual implementation of every single function or trait or whatever. And if they didn't have good documentation like that, this would have been such a longer process because um, well, I think just seeing the lifetime was the key, but
Mm.
having that error message as well, yeah, maybe it does just all work out in the end when you start doing this stuff. Anyway, GG.
GG.